Hey yo, welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So we got some huge free agent signings. I'm actually surprised how early a lot of these have happened. It's only been open for like October, November. It's been like a month and a half, like just under a month and a half, and we already have huge signings. Especially our top agent in Aaron Judge. We had him. I'm surprised how fast these guys even landed new deals. Especially since I would consider this to be like a New Year's deal type of thing, but a lot of it happened during the winter meetings that happened in San Diego. So yeah, so we have here, so I'm gonna start off right off the bat with Aaron Judge. He signed a 9-year $360 million deal to re-sign with the New York Yankees. If anyone knows about anything about the news cycle that happened in those like 24 hours, either you're, as a Yankee fan, your emotions just dropped, and as a Giants fan, your love for Arson Judge rose like crazy. Yes, I did say Arson Judge because John Heyman tweeted out that Arson, not Aaron Judge, had signed with the San Francisco Giants, and then retracted it, redid it, and it still was wrong. And then said he was sorry for jumping the gun on being wrong about a new deal with the biggest agent of the free agency this year. Of course, with that kind of story, you want to be the first on it but you like. In basically any job you have, you want to be exact, you want to be perfect, but also you want to get the best information out as fast as possible and be like, oh wow, he's the one who did it, congrats. Like, your job is gonna, if you do well, a good enough job, you're gonna get bumped. So 9 years, $360 million deal for Aaron Judge, the Yankees. I liked the money, yes. Aaron, if you ever see this, I'm so happy you're back. It's not this is nothing to you, but you couldn't just take one less year. Like, you would be making even more money a year. But hey, I'm beyond happy you're back. I'm not feeling great, and I ran around the house screaming because I was so happy. It was unreal, and it actually hurt my body to do that because it was not feeling well. Aaron, he actually flew down to San Diego because they actually apparently had a meeting with the Padres to do it, and they gave him 10 years, $400 million, but he, as you know, turned it down. And basically, I guess it was at the meeting and turned it down and told them that he was going to come to the Yankees, and that's why it happened. But also, it was like 10 o'clock in New York time, so that's only 7 o'clock. I'm sure that they're up and going all day, all night during those meetings, so 7 o'clock probably wasn't crazy for them. And so, yeah, that was a huge deal with that. Then we had Jacob so let's stay with the East Side right now. We have over in Queens, they did lose DeGrom to the Rangers, but they also picked up Justin Verlander for 2 years. I think it was like $86 million. So hey, yeah. So 2 years, 2 years, $86 million. And this is I think this is a perfect deal. I think I see a retirement coming out of him after this. He had one. He came out of Tommy John. Didn't really pitch for like a year and a half, 2 years. Then basically he kind of took like a desperate deal with the Astros. Then basically made it pay off just like Judge did. Won a Cy Young, and then takes a 2-year deal. He'll be like 40 something years old. Perfect ending. Get a huge deal, and end your career. End a legendary career. So yeah, that's a major deal for the Mets. Add in that they lose a starting pitcher, but they gain a starting pitcher. And then not only that is, I actually didn't even see half of these deals with the Mets, but I did see the 8 years, $262 million deal from Brendan Diaz. I actually do remember this Edwin Diaz. This one happened a couple weeks ago. But I love Brandon Nimmo. He's always that guy who will always play the right way. And I don't know what it is about him when he walks. He just sprints to first. It gives me that, like, I'm tired, but you're never gonna see the I'm tired part. You will always see that I'm hustling. This team, it means everything to me. This is why I love this deal. I love that he came back. It's crazy how it's only 1 year less than Judge, and like 100 and actually it's 200 million less than Judge, almost exactly. But he's not the face of the franchise. He's not even the face of like really anything. But he just is that role player that will give you the quality at bat, quality fielding, quality teammate that he is. But yeah, so that's a huge deal. Same thing with Diaz. Bringing back the song. We got Jose Quintana for 2 years, $26 million. Great deal. And they got David Robertson from the Phillies for 1 year, $10 million deal. He's been jumping around White Sox, Yankees, Phillies. When he like retired, he was like free agent for like a year. Went to the Olympics, then came back, signed with the Rays, and then helped them go on a run. Forgot to mention that the Yankees also signed Rizzo to a 2-year, $40 million deal, and also Canely is now back from the Dodgers back to the Yankees on 2 years, $11.5. I do like the Rizzo one. It gives, I think that's kind of what helped Judge come back. But yeah, so then another huge deal that was even just, I think right now is the closest to Judge's is Trey Turner. Came from the Dodgers, now with the Phillies, 11 years, $300 million. So yeah, and they also got T1 Walker and Matt Strahm, but Walker got 4 years, 72. But I love this Trey Turner. He'll be 40 something years old, and he's really he's in his prime right now. That's a great deal. I like that. And one of the last ones I'm gonna talk about here is the Padres signed Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, for 11 years, $280 million. It's kind of insane. He I didn't see this coming from for his deal from them, but the Padres did lose out on both Trey Turner and Judge, I think within a day and a half of each other, because that's why he went to, I think that's pretty much why he went to why Judge went to the winter meeting, is to meet with the Padres for their deal, and also probably to see about the Giants too, because of course all the teams are there. But I think that once that happens, the Padres were probably they gave him a little bit extra money. I'm not sure what the Padres are not like the Yankees right now, where they're not sending out the details of the contract, so no one knows. Yeah, so of course there's many other deals. The Rangers honestly have done kind of a lot. They got Martin Perez, Andrew Heaney, who used to be in the who was on the Angels, then went to the Yankees, then went to the Dodgers, and now is on the Rangers. 2 years, $25 million, and of course they took they got DeGrom, which was kind of expected in the beginning. Actually, it was kind of weird. Like, he didn't want to be in New York anymore, I guess. Maybe because he just couldn't. I don't know if he couldn't handle it or whatever. But yeah, he's there for 5 years, 185. I don't really have the details of all their like incentives and guarantees and all that. Of course, if I probably find the inside source, I can get all that details. But yeah, but also there was I'm gonna see a breakdown of because Aaron Judge's new contract, because they always do a analysis of how it would turn out, and they calculate from the year before, so it was like $76 every second. They did this is okay. This is a breakdown of the year. So 40. So he's basically getting 40 million every year. Like, it looked like exactly. But I don't know. So yeah, I'm sure if you look on, I saw it on Instagrams. It was these are always ridiculous. They did it with Trout, they did it with Harper. Like, it's like everything that happened last year, they just calculated with that. So that's how they would show their worth of what they would do. Imagine standing in a box and getting $1,000. That's, granted, yes, you have to know how to, like, what you're doing when you're up there and do what he did. But God, $1,000 to stand in a rectangle is freaking awesome. Yeah, so that's the hugest, biggest deal so far. And we're so early in the free agency right now. I'm expecting many more new big contracts to come out. People moving, people to make big moves, hopefully here and there. And of course, the Astros are making some crazy moves too. They're basically kind of turning into the Dodgers. But yeah, this is insane how, like, this money is, like, people are like, oh, like, these big teams shouldn't be spending this money. There's no cap space in the MLB, so they kind of, like, for the big teams, they can spend money. They have over $1 billion. The Yankees have over $1 billion in 3 people: Cole, Stan, and Judge. While other teams have just under $900 million in their entire payroll. Imagine having to pay another 20 people on one team, and you already have $1 billion set on 3 people. Ridiculous. That's how, like, this is why the MLB is, like, crazier with their contracts than other teams, and other sports. But hey, there's a reason that they're paying those people. Yes, they show their worth, but also the people will come and see them, and they'll rake in that money. Like, how many games do you see that have the Rays have a full stadium? And then count how many times the Yankees have a full stadium. Count after, like, the second inning-ish, because granted, if you know anything about New York, it's very busy, a lot of traffic. It's kind of like an LA type of situation, but different fans over there in LA. Still love you, LA. Love you so much. LA is awesome. I love LA all the time. Everything. Been loving you forever. But also, just New York is just count after the second inning, because that's when people will be able to start getting in, because the work does end at 5:30, 6. and the game starts at 7, so it usually does take a little bit of time to get over there, especially during a weekday. It's just, you're just gonna be in traffic. So it really all counts up just with the revenue, and that's why Steinbrenner just all this money at them. Yeah, hey, like I said, I'll be back with more agency talk and see who else gets signed where. I'm excited about this. This is awesome. Yeah, if you want, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!